Please read this disclaimer carefully before proceeding further. Hello traders, welcome back to this week's analysis of currency pairs. Let's start looking at Euro USD first. But before we jump into currency pairs, we always look at DXY. And even before we look into DXY, I'll request you to hit the like button and subscribe to this channel if you enjoy this video. If you find it useful or educational, your support will go a long way, and your support is the one which is going to run this channel for a long period of time, and I'll try my best to give you best of the content for free and the best of my knowledge to you. Right, so let's start with DXY. If you haven't actually seen the analysis of DXY, I've already posted that on the YouTube channel, so go and check it out. That is a kind of like an in-depth top-down analysis on it. And seems like the dollar is going to rise a little bit. So if that is the case, then Euro USD is supposed to fall because that is the biggest factor in DXY, as we already know. Right, so we are looking for short opportunities on Euro USD, and if we just look at the higher time frame, monthly time frame, pretty much like what the DXY is doing, it's completely opposite of it. So we have reached this sort of structure here on DXY, and Euro USD has reached that kind of structure there. So it's completely opposite of it. So that means if DXY is going to rise, then Euro USD is going to fall, or you can say if Euro is going to fall, then DXY is going to gain a little bit of strength. So if that is the case, then my bias will be towards the short side on Euro USD in coming weeks. But I cannot ignore this candle, which is very strong candle for this month. So what do we expect? This month may still end up as a white candle, as a bullish candle. So you need to be aware of that. January may actually close as a bullish candle because this is a very strong bullish candle. Now if I go to the weekly time frame, we already see quite a bit of rejection happening here, and this is happening because we have this WFCP pattern. There are actually two of them. One is here, another one is here. And if you know how to trade these FCP patterns, Fibonacci Confluence Patterns, then you know what to do and what you look for. So we know that this was going to go down from there, and that is why I gave you all those levels which are coming from our previous analysis, and these levels are still valid. They are not like exactly fine levels, and if you want better analysis or updates, then you're welcome to join our Telegram channel and follow me on TradingView as well, because I'll be posting updates there on TradingView and in Telegram. So the market has reached a particular level which we were expecting, and now it is ready to fall a little bit, but because of this candle I am not looking for huge down movement. I'll still be very conservative while taking my shorts. So if I go to the weekly time frame, on weekly time frame, as we saw, we have a rejection here, and still this is again a very bullish kind of setup here. This candle never closed inside the previous candle, that is why it is still looking bullish. So what I expect is if the market actually opens a little bit little bit on bearish side, then we can expect a little bit of bearish move here. Otherwise there can be a bullish candle filling this candle up, and that means that on DXY there can be a movement down. So on DXY, however, because I'm expecting a bullish candle next week, so this can very well be a bearish candle. But these things, the correlation never works like 100%, so there can be little discrepancies here and there. However, this looks like a very good rejection, so I'll be favoring my short position, and it has already started to fall. And if you notice, what has happened here is, if I bring in original analysis, this is what we were expecting. We were expecting market to go to this level high, which is 1.23360, and that's exactly where it has reached. And these levels came from our Fibonacci based analysis, our FCP methodology based analysis. When it came there, it started to fall back down, and all of these levels are important, and it has now reached 1.21979. So what is the plan? I'll just follow my arrows and I'll follow my levels. That's what I do. Okay, so if I go to the 4-hour time frame, right now what I can see, that market is creating an M pattern, which basically means that market could be heading upwards, and it has closed the gap which was available here previously. It came very close to it, but never filled the gap. I think there was another gap which I am not able to see here. I will have to check my other system, other feed to find that gap. And if I see that, then I will report that to you in the Telegram group. But that's what it is. Let me just quickly remove it. So we have this M pattern forming, which basically means that market could be heading upwards. So you have to be careful with the opening of your USD if you are on short side. But these are the levels where I'll be like, looking for my long or short opportunities. You can like, treat them as support and resistance for you, for your guidance. But I mean, technically they are not support and resistance. So market may actually start to move upwards like this, and this is what we're looking for, or they can be moved down to this, and that's what we have. And if it starts to go upwards, if it finds a confirmation to go upwards, then we will follow these levels. And I'll just add another one here. So if I draw fib, yeah, so this is actually looking like a zone here, and that's my that's my FCP zone. Okay, and then we also have this one. See, both of them are FCP zones. So if the market starts to move upwards, then it can come to this level here and this level. Okay, after that, I mean, at any of these levels the market can go down as well, because that's how these levels work. And if it starts to fall down, then we are looking at, remember, we also have this huge M pattern forming. So if we measure that, okay, that M pattern has already been completed here. Let me find another one which is okay. Yep, so that looks fine. So if it starts to fall down, then I'm looking for a move into this level first, and then this level. So that's my plan on Euro USD. What we need to do is just wait and watch how the market opens, and if it starts to move in one direction, we find the confirmation and we just start to move in that direction. So if you enjoyed this analysis, make sure you hit the like button and subscribe to the channel. Let's go to our let's start with GBP USD this time. Okay, on GBP USD, the last analysis was saying that market was going to go to these levels of 1.36862 and 1.3062, and that's what happened. Actually, in fact, this has not reached quite there, but it was pretty close. But this level has worked beautifully, 1.36862, and since then it has been falling. So these levels are also important. So what now? As we can see, if I just close this and go to the monthly time frame here, the market is actually looking very bullish right now. See, we have a W pattern forming, and if you remember, like, the people who have gone through the FCP training, they are aware that when this sort of structure is forming, the market is expected to move higher. So it can actually go higher in the long run, because I'm looking at the monthly time frame. So on monthly time frame, ultimately it can move high. Right now, because this structure has been broken, the market is coming back to retest it. Once the retest is done, then it can move higher. And if I go to the weekly time frame, what I can see that there is a W pattern here which completed, and there is an extended one which completed, and there is a minor one which has completed on 4 hour, and that is why it has been falling. If you do not believe me, let me show you. Okay, so there is a W pattern here, and that's why it was supposed to fall from there. Okay, and it has done that. So what now? Right now it is simply consolidating. As you can see, the market is going up and down. So if you are day trader, then you know what to do. You can just go to the lower time frame and you can find several W and M patterns. There are so many of them. If you're not able to spot them, these are all Fibonacci Confluence patterns here. Now look at these, and this, and this, So GBP USD is looking very good if you like want to trade short term. Now in terms of what you can find here, I will not go to the 1 hour time frame to find any opportunities for now in this analysis, part of this analysis, but what we can see that the market has potential to fall from where it is standing down to this place. Why? Because this is very strong candle, this formation is very strong, and there was a W pattern form which has just been completed, so it is falling right now, but this entire area is kind of acting as like a support zone for now. You can see that it is coming into this zone and then keep on getting pushed back up, and that is why I'm saying that if the market starts to move upwards from here, then it will obviously try to come here, and then it will try to come here as well, because if you see, we will have a W pattern forming at that point in time. So if I just draw a fib on it, yeah, so it will be somewhere around here, and if that gets broken, then we are looking for the move upwards. So we will see how it actually plays out. This move has played out nicely, and the long move has also played out nicely. Right now, what else can I see? If this is broken, then obviously we're looking for something like this, okay, because we have this M pattern here, and if I draw a fib on it, right, so that looks like, give me just 1 second, I need to be very accurate. So these FCP patterns, you need to draw Fibonacci very accurately. In our training course, we actually teach you exactly how to draw them point to point, and why, what is the use of it, and why this actually matters. Because if you want to be a good trader or good analyst, you need to be very accurate. Accuracy is paramount in our business, so you need to be extremely accurate in your ways. Otherwise, if you're not consistent or accurate in your analysis, then you cannot expect consistency and accuracy in your results as well. So this is what we're looking at. This is the level, and then we have this FCP zone right here. Okay, so if it falls, then this is the FCP zone that we're looking at if it starts to go down. But as I said, there is a good possibility that it can start to move upwards, and then another FCP zone is here. Oops. Okay, so that's on GBP USD. If you enjoyed this video, you know what to do. Make sure you hit the like button and subscribe, and share it with other traders and trading communities. That is going to support this channel, and I will be motivated to bring you more of this stuff. Okay, now if I go to the AUD USD, now on AUD USD we were expecting market to fall from here, which it did. This one worked, but this FCP zone turned into support and started market move upwards, and we were looking for 77650 where the market reached. Okay, this happens, no worries about it. Now what we need to do is we need to go back to the monthly time frame and see what has been happening. Okay, let's remove this entire thing, okay, and start afresh. Right, so on AUD USD, because of this huge dip which looks like V, it is actually not a V. There is nothing called V, everything is a W, right? You can see there is a W in there. So because of this V, the market can, if it keeps on running like this, it can move even beyond this. So let's first measure this, what's happening around here. Okay, what we can see that the market has been actually going upwards, and it has gone through some of the major fib levels around here, and that shows me that there is a good level which is coming up right here at around 784,454. Now depending on how DXY reacts, this may or may not actually reach there, because actually a better pattern is completing right there at 75798, and if the market keeps on going upwards, obviously we'll be looking for the highest, the previous high, which is around here. Let me adjust that, so it needs to be a little bit lower. Okay, and then these are the levels that we are looking for. Okay, so this is on monthly time frame. Now let's go and see what has been happening. On weekly time frame, we can see that there is a W pattern, and that is why we were expecting market to fall down, and it actually turned into an extreme extended pattern. Okay, because it probably wants to reach this level here. What we want to do is, okay, so we have this zone right there, we have this zone right there, and then we have this zone available to us. Okay, so these are all FCP zones that we have got. Okay, and if I go to the daily time frame, on daily time frame, this is obviously like this is just extended. This is forcefully getting extended, right? Up and down, up and down. So if you are like trend based trader, then it is obviously like the best thing for you, because it is just moving in one direction and you can just follow the trend, which is fine. But if it reaches this FCP zone, then you need to be careful, because here we can actually have like a good correction downwards. That's quite a possibility. If I go to the 4-hour time frame, on 4-hour time frame, this is still looking bullish. If the market starts to move upwards, then we are looking for what? Let's see. Right, yeah, it can actually come somewhere around here, and it is also forming this M pattern, which basically means that it can come down to near about this level as well. So there are few FCP zones here as well. You see, this is very in-depth analysis, so make sure that you hit the like button and subscribe to the channel, and in the comment section let me know what you think about this analysis and what is your own analysis. All of your support goes long way, as I keep on telling all the time, and it keeps on motivating all the time. So thanks for all your likes, shares, comments, and the questions that you post on your various social media channels. Thanks for that. So what we have right now is these levels, that if the market breaks through this, then obviously it will fall down to this, and this is what we have on in terms of our trading plan. So this is what we have on AUD USD. Let's move on to USDCAD. USDCAD is looking very good. This is what I shared in our Telegram group. We were actually watching this FCP zones, and we knew that market was going to go and react from there. Right now this is going into consolidation, which can actually give us very good WNM patterns on the lower time frame. So both of these zones are very, very important. So I won't make any difference to I won't change anything in here. This is still looking very good. So if I go to the daily time frame, this is what we were expecting. Now this candle is not looking very good, so there can be another candle going down, but if by any chance it starts to move upwards, then it won't stop. It will try to go even higher. But remember, USD-CAD is usually inversely correlated to AUD-USD, so you need to watch. If it starts to go down, go upwards, then USD-CAD is probably going to go down as well. And if you are trading US oil, then you should be aware of that as well, that US oil correlation with USD-CAD and AUD-USD. We were discussing it in our Telegram channel last week. Come and join us there for the conversation. So these are still the levels, so I'm not going to make any changes to this. These are still looking good, and on 4-hour looks very good. I'll personally plan few day trade opportunities here. I actually took very good trade on USD-CAD here. Was absolutely brilliant trade. Actually here, not there, here. And I took another one, small time trade here, but this was absolutely brilliant trade. It just shot up and straight went to this 1.27846 level, which we identified a week ago. And this is the beauty of FCP analysis, because you can just pre-plan most of these levels in advance. Okay, so that's USD-CAD. NZD-USD, is similar to AUD USD because it is pretty much like, you know, a shadow currency of AUD USD. So I'm not going to actually make much changes to this. If there is any update, then I'll probably post in on TradingView midweek. So I'll just leave it there. So we were able to cover part of DXY. Let me actually show you DXY for a second. So in DXY, there is a rejection happening from FCP zone and demand zone right now, as we were discussing in one of our training groups. So it is quite possible that it can start to move upwards, but because on the monthly time frame these two candles were actually bearish, so they can be, I'm expecting at least one bearish candle either this month or next month before it starts to move. But overall from here it will start to go upwards because there is an M pattern which has been completed right in the demand zone. This is looking very good at the moment. So this is my analysis on currency pairs. Hope you found this useful. If you did, make sure you hit the like button and the comment section. Let me know what you think about this analysis and what is your opinion, and make sure you share it with other traders and trading communities as well. Thank you. If you're interested in learning how to analyze the markets the way I do using Fibonacci Confluence, then head over to Vikinsa.com, and under training section you'll be able to see Core Strategy Training Program. On this page you'll be able to see the testimonials of previous students and also look at the brochure. The brochure has a lot more information including the course structure and the Fibonacci Confluence Training Program curriculum. This is a very extensive program in which we cover basic core Fibonacci concepts along with the advanced concepts to analyze the markets with high probability. If you're interested in joining this program, come to Vikinsa.com, and under training section you'll be able to see and submit this form.